Hello Lovebugs, it's me Loverrlee. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I am doing something that I've been putting off for way too long. And that is my speed build of this little park that I made. Technically, it's not a park. Technically, there is an attempt at something called a farmer's market. If you guys are familiar with the concept of a farmer's market, it's basically where a bunch of different farmers all gather together in a park or courtyard type setting, and they bring all their produce from their respective farms and then they sell it to you. And this is something that I grew up around. I went to my local farmer's market when I was a kid, not like super regularly. My family certainly didn't only buy from the farmer's market or anything, but it was something I was aware of at a young age, that this exists. And then I don't think it exists everywhere, unfortunately, but it is pretty cool. And then I actually went to a school where this was very much a thing. In fact, they had a farmer's market on my campus. So I don't know how many farmer's markets are actually held at campuses. So maybe if you look that up, went online right now and looked it up, you may know where I went to school. But I don't know. I didn't look that up. But I just always thought that was cool. And there was one, I lived near it while I was going to college. There was another one. So I'm very familiar and love the concept of farmers markets, not so much the actually visiting them, just because produce is usually pretty expensive at these places. Anyway, long story short, I had this inspiration to make a farmers market because it is for my Seasons Let's Play. And if you guys haven't seen my Seasons Let's Play, basically I have this cute little family called the Poncho family. They have this farm. They're set in the past, so I tried to make it, The Sims 4 is very difficult to make it accurate, right? But time period appropriate or whatever. But the Poncho family, they've got a mom, a dad, and two daughters, who are twins. And so basically they are this little family that lives on this farm, and they grow produce. And the idea was that they would come to here and be able to sell their produce. So I wanted to make something with those little garage sale stands, and be able to do that on a fairly regular basis with The Sims. Now, the reason why I haven't made this video in so long is because that is not what happened. This was an attempt. It was somewhat of a quote-unquote failed attempt. But I decided that it was an interesting enough concept that I could just make a video on it. But I will have you guys know that see all of this raising and lowering of things that I am doing, trying to make this look really cool, have this grand entrance, this beautiful archway to this area, and this beautiful fountain. And again, I wanted it also actually to be very jungle inspired, the Jungle Adventures pack. I wanted it to feel very much like it fit within the Jungle Adventures world, because part of the story in my Seasons family is that they are from Salvadorada, which is the Jungle Adventures pack, world. So that was the concept, and I feel like I got close. I feel like it looks great. It looks beautiful in screenshots and everything. It just doesn't function the way I really wished it did. And that is why it took me so long to just, I was, honestly, I'll be honest, it was because I was very mad at it. I was very mad that it didn't work the way I wanted it to, even though I was trying to do something that, again, this is what happens a lot. I'll get some inspiration of something to build in this game, but there's not a specific lot type for that type of build, so I end up, just testing it out. So in that way, I'm very glad that I did it. But what I was trying to say was that see how I'm adding all these things, I'm raising, lowering, I'm trying to make this grand entrance as this beautiful archway, and see how I'm layering a bunch of different items together to do that for the arch and for the fountain especially, right? Well, Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, when I uploaded it to the gallery and plopped it down again, no matter what I did, even I literally went back through, you guys, because I so badly wanted you guys to be able to download this lot. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to leave this as not a downloadable lot, which I'm sure you guys are kind of sad about, but like every time I placed it back down, for whatever reason, there was that glitch really, really bad where everything that I raised up just comes crashing down. So, I mean, I may put it up on the gallery, but it's probably going to be one of those like hidden things on my gallery ID, which, by the way, if you don't know, is my Sims 4 gallery ID is the last Love Bites. I'll have that on the end just in case you want to like search for it and you're really determined to raise it back up or whatever. But I'm seriously doubting anyone is going to want to do that, because I didn't even want to do that. I was so mad at it for having, no matter what I did, I practically felt like I bulldozed the whole thing and rebuilt it from scratch with all the secret codes and like the cheats that you're supposed to have on, and for things not to. I don't know why the gallery does this. This is one of my biggest pet peeves of The Sims 4. Of course, I am complaining too much because The Sims 4 is amazing since you get to have a gallery at all, and it's very cool that usually we get to do that kind of stuff. I just don't understand why the raising and lowering had to be a cheat at all. Like, I just wish it was just part of the game, and we didn't have to turn something on and off to be able to raise and lower and have it actually stay that way when you place it from the gallery. Or I don't even know if that's the real cause of it. Like I said, I tried so hard, you guys, to fix it, to make it available to you guys. But yeah, at the end of the day, I had to give up. I had to be like, I'm not gonna, waste weeks of my life trying to get this to work. So, but that being said, again, I was pretty proud of the way it looks, and I wanted to show this off in some way. And instead of just, I made this for my season's Let's Play. And so in a way, I already showed it off, and then I'm gonna try to use it, because the idea is that actually, like I said, it's gonna replace that, like, there's a lot in the Jungle Adventures world, the vacation world. I think it's called Salvadorada. I think I'm saying that right. I used to butcher it, and I'm pretty sure that's how you say it now. But anyway, that land, you know how there's that bar in like the middle of the town square? Yeah, that's where I end up putting it. So anyway, we'll get to there. But anyway, I feel like I've just been going on and on and on for 8 minutes now. I can tell 8.5 minutes. But yeah, let me actually explain sort of what I'm putting down here, right? So obviously there's not a lot to it. I did try to speed this up as fast as I could, but now we're actually getting into the parts where I kind of, have a little more going on. So obviously the main thing was the stand so that you could sell things. I wanted it to look like natural. I wanted it to look like, all the Sims from town would come and gather here every week, like a real farmer's market, basically. And that's why I wanted to have not just one stand, but a bunch of stands. And then I thought, you know what else is always at a farmer's market? Like, always, never fail. They always have, like, really yummy food carts and things like that. So I put a few food stands out, ones that would be probably, like, regionally appropriate, let's say. So I just thought they would look yummy, kind of maybe sell the things that you might expect to get in Salvadorada. And then obviously the fountain was a big draw. Like, again, the idea for most farmers markets is that those things aren't always there. You know what I mean? The stands aren't always set up, because the idea is that your sim would actually be bringing their table and setting up their table and bringing their own individual chairs, which is why actually, if you can't tell, like, The table's technically all the same because I wanted it to look at least semi-cohesive, but I ended up switching out, like, I did different color swatches for all the different tables, and then I had all different types of, like, chairs, and I tried to pick the ones that kind of look like, foldable chairs or, like, light enough chairs where it's like the families brought their stuff, you know what I mean? Same with, like, then I decorated it with, like, plants and stuff, so the idea is that that's all the stuff that they brought to show off from their own, farms or gardens or whatever. And, this was so hard, you guys. See me placing these? I actually had to twist them and everything. And then twist the little paper lanterns to fit inside of these things, like 8 times. And then because it all came crashing down, I had to do it again. And it was just so frustrating at the end of it. It's like, the thing about this, too, is, like, I was debating off and on if I should even make this video at all, because I was like, this is difficult to make interesting, I feel like, but I'm speeding this up at my normal pace. Like, it did take me a while, surprisingly, because it's just this little lot, right? But it took me so long just because of this part. And so, yeah. And this is sped up 1,000%. So 100 times or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's sped up quite a bit. I don't know what 1,000% means. Maybe it just means 10 times. Yeah, I think. Yeah, anyway. I'm bad at math. That's always my excuse when I don't want to go and do the math. But, I think, at any rate, it's 1,000%. And so, actually, it's technically 1,050%. But yeah, see, it's like that's another thing, right? It's just like, oh, well, it took me so long to make, but I feel like you kind of get the concept when you just look at it. But yeah, anyway, I guess more behind the scenes, quote unquote, or things that I was thinking I could do and make it interesting, and again, didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, which was to, make not only the stands, but that would be like sort of the outdoor bits that you see, and then there's these little houses, and the kind of concept behind those were that, like, the families would be able to rent those little homes, so that, or those little spaces, like, and then they bring their stuff or set it up, or they leave it or whatever, but the idea is that they're kind of renting those spaces. And even though the doors are technically open, because I wanted it to feel like really like an open air market type of thing, those little homes that are behind each of the little garage sale little guys, those are like full of skill items. So you'll see a screenshot in the end. But basically, I wanted to make, you saw me build them probably. But yeah, obviously there's like the little fireplace, which I thought was really cute and make it really homey. Especially for like warmth, maybe it would be a great thing to just set a fire. Like a controlled little fireplace fire. And then I, lined up the fire. I was pretty proud of that, like lining up the little chimneys with the fireplace. But yeah, anyway, these are weird little things I'm proud of. But yeah, and then the inside they have like little skill items, like a painting easel and a woodworking bench, and then also a thing to sell your paintings on. So that way, maybe you want to sell more things other than produce. Maybe you actually want to sell things like, like paintings or woodworking sculptures and things like that, furniture. So those are the kind of things also, of course, that my Sims make. And so I just thought it was appropriate. Now, of course, I could have also added the floral arranging table in each of those, but I ended up just putting it in that back like garden. Like you guys can see that building back there behind the fountain there, there's like that new roof I wanted to use at the time. These were new for seasons had just come out, right? So again, I made this for seasons. So at the time, it was like a really big deal that they had just introduced in a patch those awesome like glass glass roofs, so that you can make all these awesome like greenhouses and things. And so I really wanted to play around with that, so I wanted to add a greenhouse to this area as well. And then, but technically it's not a greenhouse. Technically I put a bunch of bee boxes in there, so just for fun, because I mean, I didn't feel like I should really put, you know, really actually put anything that would grow here. You know, you can use that for whatever you want, but I just thought the bee houses was cool. So yeah, I mean, again, if you want to put this down, because as you can see now, this is the footage of me plopping it down and everything falling and me losing my mind, basically having to go back and try to fix it. I mean, I'm fixing up the fence actually right now. I think I'm changing patterns or whatever, but yeah, I will literally be raising this all up again. Like, see this? Like, if you want to do this, you can watch this, you can pause it along, and you can do this, because this will be up on my gallery, but it's not really going to have any of the hashtags or like descriptions that I normally put in effort to put up there, just because, one, I'm lazy, two, I'm just so beyond done with this build because I'm still mad at it for this stupid, like, otherwise I would be so happy and so proud to show this off to you guys and like have everyone download or whatever, but it's just because of this stupid glitch of everything falling, and see me trying so hard to like figure out a way to kind of cheat the system there and like make it a little bit faster than the last time I did it. So you can see, like, if you really want this in your game, that's why I wanted to show it this way, because just a screenshot, I feel like people, like a lot, I got actually surprisingly, I tweeted about this right after I finished the build. I just tweeted one screenshot and I got so many hearts on that tweet, like it was ridiculous. And so obviously like people like this, and that's also why it took so long to actually make this video, because I tried, you guys, I tried so hard to like figure out what was going wrong. But even with me putting on the cheats, everything still drops and I have no idea why. But yeah, anyway, I also put that statue that you got, you know, that famous statue that's actually outside of, like, it's like where I'm putting this lot down, right? I said it was going to be in the town square, is where my, obviously that's not where I'm building it, but now it is, you know, now it is in the jungle area. Obviously that statue is like right in front. You can see it right now. Like, it's right at the bottom of the screen right now. And then it's like up on the fountain as well now. But yeah, the idea is just that it's even grander of a tribute to that, you know, character. Because supposedly it's supposed to be based off of, you know, some historical figure. If you go and read the plaque there in the town square, the greater town square, I should say. Because, yeah, you know, that line, I don't know if anyone who doesn't actually play this game or own this game, there's that very thin white line around the borders that I'm, you know, placing things around. I can only place up to that line, and then that's my only buildable space within that line, and then everything else is just set dressing basically. But yeah, anyway, finally to the screenshots. Here it is. It's placed in this beautiful world. Look how beautiful it looks. Like, it really does feel like it fits there. I think it's so much better than the bar that was there, because I don't know, bars are okay or whatever, but I just feel like this fit my needs better. And then I got a swing set in there. I didn't talk about that. But I didn't even talk about the swing set, but I'm so glad I got the swing set in there, and barbecue places, and see, there's those yummy, like a burrito stand, like yum. And there's, oh yeah, she's also playing horseshoes, and actually I think I put in a chess table too, because that's a requirement for parks. And so yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff. But I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and have a lovely day.